Thank y'all very much. I do appreciate it, and I'm glad to see all of you here at the Florida Folk Festival. It's a great place to be, a great place to spend the weekend, and I've been coming here for many, many years, and it's like a big old family reunion for me, for most of us who have performed here for a long time. I guess this is my signature song, if I have one. It has been recorded by more artists than anything I've ever written, and just requested more than anything else. And I wouldn't have given you 10 cents for it when I first wrote it. It took about 10 minutes to write it on the way home from eating supper with this old fella. And but he made an impression on me. You could tell there were a lot more to him than his appearances. And sing it along with me. Most of you know it. His beard may be stubble like a cut over sugar cane field. His clothes may be dirty, but the look in his eyes lets you know he won't yield. He's from a breed that has died, but he has survived in the world he once knew is gone. He's an old cracker cowman existing a long way from home. And dirt bikes scream over land that used to be scrubbed out rain. And interstate highways have taken the place of old Mr. Flagler's rail. And condos rise from the land, and space shuttles fly. And the old cracker cowman don't know how it all passes by. He's gone, but the legend lives on. Take Summer and old Sam King, the beginning and the ending of an era now gone. And men like Doc Norman somehow let the bottle get them down. These old Florida cowboys are like eagles tied to the ground. And dirt bikes scream over land I appreciate that. Lisa's gonna come up here and she, yeah, right, yeah, right, See how you are? I tell you what, I was talking about somebody in that song there, that old Bone Mizell. He was a true character here in Florida. And I want to dedicate that song to Judge Bailey over there. He is the real deal, the authentic. If you want to know anything about Florida history or especially the cattle business, he's the man to talk to and ask because he knows it. He's a walking encyclopedia over there. He was a sitting judge for many years down in South Florida, down in Belgrade, and he just retired in December. How about a good hand for Judge Bailey? Stand up over there, Judge. And that's just the way he looked in court. He with that big beard and all that stuff. Wouldn't you like to go up before something like that? No. Well, we're talking about Bone Mizell. One of my favorite stories about him, he was always in trouble with the law for one thing and another. And they got him arrested for stealing somebody's mule. And he was bad about pulling pranks on people and everything. But he got him in court, and the judge asked him, how do you plead, Bone? Innocent, Your Honor. The judge got a little irritated. He said, innocent? He said, Bone, there's 20 witnesses will stand up here and testify. They seen you steal the mule, and ain't no denying. I'll put you in prison. Bone said, well, Your Honor, I'll confess I did steal something, but I ain't stole no mule. All I stole was a rope, and he just followed me home.
What am I doing, Frank?
Yeah,
You're in charge.
You don't remember we had talked about this, that you were going to do one of Ann's songs. I think the storyteller.
Well, and Dawn DeWitt, who I haven't seen until just now, so I had to give a hug to her. Said, well, am I singing with you? I said, absolutely. She said, what are we doing? I said, whatever he tells us to. I always thought it was the other way around.
Let me tell you what, now, it don't always work that way. No, usually they tell you what to do.
Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
I'll tell you what did happen to me, I don't know, a year or so ago. You can't have see when you're taking a shower, you know, and you got water in your eyes, and you're looking around for shampoo, and you pull the shampoo bottle, and it's empty. And well, you look around some more, and you see it says hair on it up there, so you know what, you get it. And I want you to know something. I don't recommend that stuff. I'd pull me a good handful of it and rub it in my hair and it got into my eyes. And it was like I stuck my head in a bucket of coals. It was blame, what do you call it, Nair or something. Life ain't easy,
It's not for some of us either, but I'm going to tell another story that I've never told on the stage, but I told Guy LaBrie this story and he said I should tell it. I think most women probably wouldn't. They want to keep this little detail a secret, but when you live with Frank, you got to have a sense of humor. When we were first getting together, we'd been hanging around a couple of weeks, and he called his sister up in Middleburg and said, I got a new lady in my life. And she said, I could hear her from where my chair was in the TV room. She said, well, what's her name? And he said, well, it was Lester before the surgery. There was dead silence on the other end of that line, I can tell you. And she doesn't call me Lester, but she does call me Ann sometimes. And I just giggle and keep on going.
This is one of Ann's songs.
Storyteller.
Storyteller.
Mother sat on the banks of a spring and told her grandchild magical things of unicorns and dragons with gold on their wings and the old days of kings and queens. The child watched the clouds and saw pictures up there of elephants and princesses with long flowing hair, and unicorns, and once a pair of dancing bears, and an old man in a rocking chair. And the child said, Grandma, were there ever really unicorns? And did they dance and prance, and could they sing? Well, I'd have loved to have been a living way back then, to have seen such enchanting things. Again she told her tales of Argonauts whose sails swept them towards a fleece of gold, and Excalibur whose blade awaits King Arthur's shade, and the brightest of the heroes of old. And the child said, Grandma, were there ever really knights so bold? And did they find the Holy Grail? How I'd have loved to have been a living way back then, to have seen them in their shining mail. Well, the generations passed, the spring at long last posts that little girl and her own grandchild. She tells stories of the days of bygone sirens, so meek and gentle and mild. And the child said, Grandma, were there ever really manatees? And did they really swim in the spring? How I'd have loved to have been a living way back then, to have seen such enchanting things. And the child said, Grandma, were there ever really manatees? Thank you. They all sure helped me to sound better.
You know, I've written over 500 songs, but I never write anything down on paper. That ain't my nature, it's just all in my head. And Ann kind of took offense to that. And we were driving along in the bus late one night on the way back from a show or somewhere we been, and she was sitting over making this song up in her head, you know, and I said, that sounds pretty good. You want to write that down? And she took offense to that. If y'all remember her, you know, she could do that sometimes. And she was kind of spitting fire around there. You don't write them down, you know. Sure enough, the next morning, she had no earthly idea what it was she was doing. And about 3 years later, she finally remembered and put it together, and that was the song. This, well, I still got Lisa up here. This is it's kind of about my history here in Florida. My family's been here since the 1790s around Clay County, San Augustine area over there. And my great granddaddy fit in the Seminole Indian Wars and the Great War of Northern Aggression. And he left a wife and 6 children, 6 kids, back here in what the crackers call the Flatwoods. And it's about that. As I dream tonight of my home in Florida, I know my family, this is me. misses me, as this train bolts along through the hills of Virginia, this little flat woods of home I long to see. My great-granddaddy, William Thomas, was one of the many wounded soldiers on the train headed home. But he didn't make it. He developed lockjaw and died on the train. But he left a legacy that will live on and on in the hearts and minds of those who remember the Confederate soldier and in the descendants of his children who still live in his beloved Florida home. As I dream tonight, my home is Florida. I know my fate misses me, as it floats along through the hills of Virginia. It's those flat woods of home I long to see. It's those flat woods of home I long to see. Yeah, that is about it. And I'll tell you what, y'all have been a great audience, and I hope you enjoy this folk festival. I hope you get a chance to come down to the River Gazebo. I've been organizing and hosting that event down there for over 30 years, and it's all about Florida. Anybody that plays there is playing a song they wrote about the state of Florida. And I hope you'll come down and hear them. I think I'm supposed to be down there about 10 o'clock in the morning, but there will be a lot of great ones coming through there. Yeah, it's too early though. And I really want to thank Jason and Glenn here and Stan is a living legend here in Florida. That boy has played with so many great musicians through the years, Will McLean and Don Groom. He was a regular mouth organ player for Don Groom for, I don't know, 20 years or something like that. He's older than he looks, believe me.